Hi, Jonathan. So we're now on top of Chris Ian's apartment rooftop. Hi, Vinny. What's up? I met Vinny in the New York road trip in fall 2017.
Yeah, well, that's when we met.
Yeah, really cool guy.
Yes, Eldon's the man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cause when a heart breaks, no, it don't break even. The best days will be some of my worst. She finally met a man that's gonna put her first. While I'm wide awake, she's no trouble sleeping. Cause when a heart breaks, no, it don't break even.
As a person that is interested in filming and making videos, it's very interesting for me to see how throughout the Peak2Peak, I've never ever imagined. My initial thought about I want to document this trip got bumped up into the opportunity for me to edit an iSchool promotion video. All the edits that I made, there's back and forth with Aaron for at least 20 emails, 30 emails down the email chain. It's a lot of emails, a lot of communication, a lot of small edits that I never thought of. And the most important thing, the biggest takeaway I got from this is that JD, Mike, Aaron reminded me that how all these little details make up a good video. That's for instance, SU's theme color, orange. By this time I know the color is D44500. This is the hex number, the orange color that SU uses. And also very interesting to see that the chancellor prefers the word Syracuse alum rather than SU alum. Never know the apostrophe before our graduation date. Rather than having the apostrophe quoting to the right, we wanted to quote it to the left to make it accurate. This is how detailed we get into it. The actual color. There is this contrast ratio where when we use white font colors with the particular SU orange background, this gives us the exact contrast color where people with reading or like viewing disabilities can comfortably read. All these details come up in my video, and I can never think of something like this before coming to Peak2Peak or even during Peak2Peak. I thought it's purely visiting companies, getting to know more about Syracuse alums and just to network with people. But that's not it. It's about how I can get more involved, get more feel like a part of Syracuse University and eventually become a Syracuse alum. Everything comes here for a reason. Everything I learned in editing the video, it made me feel more connected with Syracuse University and iSchool in particular. When I saw different ecosystems, I compared them to Hong Kong, to Central New York, and then to Seattle, and then to Portland. I found a very distinguishable difference. In Seattle, we visited Microsoft, Amazon, all these very big companies. They gave me a feel that it still felt like a startup. For instance, in Amazon, we see all these peripheral entertainment where we can play during our work time, and they have this Amazon sphere where people can just enjoy and relax their time while at work. It absolutely felt like a playroom for adults. They have all these toys for them to generate ideas, blackboards and whiteboards all over the place. That's what I'm most interested about their ecosystem. And in Portland, I see more of a startup style where people gather ideas like in Tao, where they have an open space, and like in Pi, it's a renovated warehouse where they just have all these startups going on. It's very different from what I see in Central New York. In Syracuse, I see the iSchool, the second floor specifically, the Icebox is trying to mirror what Seattle, what Portland has, and what Amazon have this giant space where people just generate ideas, pumping into their entrepreneurship and creating wonderful businesses every day, every week, every year. This is what I'm interested about, and this is what I want to bring their ecosystem back to Syracuse not only to the iSchool, but to the entire campus and hopefully to the entire central New York area. Just like Whitman, they're still using blackboards, and I don't think that's the correct way to encourage entrepreneurship, generate ideas for people to be successful. I think our ecosystem should be just like Amazon, where all these toys they have for adults, like the Icebox, we got touch screens, we got whiteboards. I think that's what Syracuse is aiming for. We should allow and encourage people to have their creative mindset so that through these creative mindsets we can have more ideas and more than ever so that we can generate a similar ecosystem just like Seattle and Portland. But that doesn't mean we copy their ideas. We're taking what they have and we think that they're doing it successfully, and we're trying to implement it into Syracuse, and we'll have our own way of doing it. We'll have our Syracuse specific ideas and designs that suits our weather, the people around here, and it will be a little bit different from Seattle and Portland. This is my dream ecosystem that I'm looking for.
This is Dean Lily, and she's visiting us in Peak2Peak, and it's a pleasure to have her. And it's also
proud to be here with the students.
And yeah, thank you very much for your time. And I hope you enjoy. And
Yeah. Nice to be here with. Are you getting interviewed? Yes.
no, it's,
Yes. But it's nice for I think you students to meet people like Jack.
yes.
You know that he's on our board
Yeah.
and he's a big fan of
Yeah.
our school, so
Yeah,
I'm thrilled.
I could get to interact with him, and he's really nice.
Yes.
Because I also had a dual in accounting, and then so I asked him about like finance side.
Sure.
Yeah, and it's very nice.
I'm very grateful for this opportunity to visit Peak2Peak, and I hope in the future there's more that I can, most importantly, how can I contribute to iSchool and to Syracuse University, just like what I did to the Peak2Peak vlog, the Peak2Peak promotion video, and help filming the 44-second SU alumni project.